Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. I am Emily Ellsworth, and this is my every other week Zoom meeting for people to share experiences that they've had with Nikken products. And I've done about 4 or 5 of them this summer, and then had a break for almost a month for some vacation time, some family visiting time. So I'm excited to get this going again tonight. And I'm just delighted that all of you are here for the first time, except it's not Elaine's first time, but I appreciate your being with us. Terrific. Our purpose, as you probably know, is to share personal experiences that we've had with Nikken products, have some fun, learn more. And I always learn a lot when we do this. We don't make any medical claims or diagnose or treat anything. We just share what's happened. And so we try to avoid using the word pain because of some governmental advisement that we have. I really love Nikken so much because of the fact that it's not medical, it's not invasive. And I have had a lot of experiences over the years with the products. I'll just really quickly share with you that when I first was introduced to Nikken products 25 years ago, I had about 5 years of severe fatigue that really limited me. I was exhausted all the time. And a friend of mine was introduced to Nikken, and I got the sleep pad and the pillow, and I guess we called it the mattress topper in those days or something like that. And I slept on that for a week, and after that first week I didn't have any fatigue symptoms whatsoever. I would wake up in the morning, instead of dragging myself up out of bed, I would wake up refreshed and feeling great and just ready to go, and really changed my life. And I used insoles from that time on most of the years in between, and I used the sleep pad constantly. I didn't take it with me when I traveled, but I had a chair pad also that we would sometimes travel with, and I never wanted to be without that. And then about a little over a year ago, I learned about the Nikken water, and I was having severe joint pain, which had kind of flared up out of nothing. And I had been to a naturopathic clinic that I had gotten homeopathics from for years, and was tested there. And I was asking the woman who does the testing what is going on, because she had been able to figure out problems that I'd had in the past quite often, and really helped me. And she said, well, you're dehydrated. And I said, that's odd, because I drink a lot of water. I know that I need to drink half my body weight in ounces of water a day, and I carry a water bottle all the time, and I try to drink that much. And so she was testing a little more, and then she said, well, it's not getting into your cells. And so that was what I was left with. And interesting how things work out. It was about 2 weeks later that I met Elaine. Well, I don't know if that's when I met her, but I had recently met her, or at least I found out about the waterfall from Elaine, and she had me talk to someone who's been in Nikken for quite a few years, and she let me borrow an extra waterfall for a week. And I had a couple of good days during that week, better days. And so I thought, because when I learned that it hydrates at the cellular level, that's when the bells went off in my head, and I thought, I have to try this. And so we bought one, and it was almost exactly a month later, I was not having any pain in my joints anymore. So I thought, wow, I'm going to be talking about this everywhere I go. So I might as well get myself in a position to help other people get these products if they want them. And that was last June, a year and a couple months ago. So I have just been thrilled, and I've used the other products a lot. Some of the other smaller magnets, the little round ones, and the backflex, I've used a lot over the years for cracked tailbone and broken ribs and things like that, and elbows and wrists. I had a broken wrist from 20. Gosh, it was when I was 21 years old, so that was a really long time ago. And I put the little round magnet on that when it hurts. But since I've been using the water the past year, my wrist has stopped being, this one here has stopped being the spot that always hurts me. It's not nearly as bad as it has been the past 8 or 9 years, just since drinking the PiMag water. So I could go on and on, but I'll stop. I would love to hear from some of you. There's Elaine's guest. We're happy that she made it.
Hi.
So let's hear from some of you on your Nikken experiences with products.
Well, let's go ahead and start with Chris. Got my other light on here.
Hi, Chris.
Okay, Elaine wanted me to tell you a story that I told her just a couple of weeks ago or something about the tape, the duct tape. I have a sister that has a very stressful job and she was in a state of high anxiety and so much stress that it was starting to affect her heart. She was having heart pains and everything. And she was coming home from her job. And I said, stop into my place and let me try something on you. It's supposed to maybe be able to calm things a little bit. I didn't know at the time the exact composition of the duct tape, but I think it has something to do with negative ions and maybe infrared. So she came in, she's a nurse, and a lot of nurses are not very open to things. She's not, but she was in such a state of high anxiety and just stress, and her heart starting to hurt and everything, that she laid down and she let me cut a strip of the duct tape and I put it right down the middle of her chest between her breasts. And she calmed right down, and whatever was going on with her heart stopped. She got into a space where she could go home and she could sleep. And that was pretty amazing. I didn't know that tape could do that.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
Wow.
But she was, I mean, I don't know how to describe the state she was in. I mean, it wasn't just high anxiety, it was physical symptoms that could have maybe turned into something much worse heart-wise. And it calmed down and she was okay.
Thank you for sharing that. That's amazing. You know, what I've learned is you don't know what these products are going to do until you try them. And sometimes you experiment in ways that you would have never thought of doing before, and amazing things happen. I've had it.
Yeah, I was glad I had that tape. I'd only gotten it from Elaine a week before or something like that. It was just there at the right time.
That is great. Yeah. That's amazing. Anyone else would like to share? I know we have a couple of people that are on now that were not on before. Pam's here. Thank you, Pam. Good to see you. And Becky, appreciate you guys. And Dee Walsh,
Yeah, I'm
go ahead.
okay. Well, I was going to say, I put the products on. I put a pair of shoe inserts in and a wristband. I don't have it on. I've worn it all day today because I've been cleaning teeth. I'm a dental hygienist. And actually, even before the first 10 years into my profession, I was told that I needed to reconsider and look for another profession. And dental hygiene had always been my want ever since I was a small child. And the problem is I was having lots of wrist problems. Now that we're on Zoom, you can even see my scar. I can show you. I have evidence to prove that I had the surgeries done. But I was having more problems than that. I was having headaches and tension in my back. My feet were so sore. And I thought, why not? I've spent so much money, on chiropractics and acupuncture and Western medicine and PT appointments. I'm not saying they don't work. I'm just saying it wasn't the answer for myself. And I had one of the dentists in the area, probably the only open-minded dentist in Louisville, Kentucky, Dr. Jill Hayes, came to a dental hygiene meeting to talk about how we could save our profession and our bodies. And I knew I was a sitting duck in the room, and I started with a pair of inner soles. And as you see, my wrists were bad. I'd already had the surgeries and they wanted to repeat it. And so I put on one of our Kinkotherm wristbands with what would be now a power chip in it. And it was amazing. Not as amazing as the story that the first lady told. That one's incredible. But every day I had less discomfort, and I was taking less Advil and Tylenol. And now I notice that Advil has finally made their super duper blend, and they put that together, which is a little scary to have that on the market, honestly. But things just got better. Every day. I always said in 6 weeks, I was transformed into the person that I had been 10 years before that. So I will always share Nikken. It gave me my life back. I work today in dental hygiene, which I only do about 3 days a month now, thanks to Nikken, because that is my full-time job. And it's not a job. I took oral care and made it total care. Sorry about the background noise. But so I wear a backflex in between my shoulder blades. I have a power chip right at my tailbone. I have inner soles in my shoes. I have 2 wristbands that I wear on both hands. And as you can see, I have a necklace. I also want to show you this is duct tape. And I had cut a little circle out. I have a little place that I'm going to have the dermatologist look at. But I have helped those areas, I'll say that. For many of them, I love to be in the sun, and with the little power minis and the duct tape. And it's amazing what it will do. So I have 2 places on that I put on there, and I can't see the other one. It's on my back, but Ron says it's looking so much better. So just put the tape on. Just use it. Just put it on. And I'll tell people, put them in your shoes and don't expect anything. And you're going to be surprised, amazed, and pleased and blessed that you put those in your shoes. That's my story. It's been 22 and a half years, and I'm sticking to it. It hadn't changed. Life is good.
Thank you for sharing all that, Pam. That's wonderful. So when you're talking about the tape, I have a neighbor that was telling me today that she's got problems with vertebrae, and I said, and she's got pain and, oh dear, she's got discomfort. And I said, well, you know, you could try some of this. I could let you try some tape if you're interested. And she said, well, maybe after she saw the doctor this next time and got a little more explanation for what they did when they did some surgery, that she might. So hopefully she'll be open to it. Thank you for sharing.
Emily, I can jump in for a sec.
Great.
I'm having an implant, so I've got a great big empty space back there. And the last time they worked on it, they gave me some medication, and I don't like taking medication. And so I took the power chip and I put on it, and I stuck it on with, you know, with some of this tape. There we go. Nikken. And you know, just cut it off, and then I just put it here, and I never did have to use medication. And actually by the very next day it was feeling fine and I could take it off. So pretty happy about that.
Yes, indeed. I've had lots of dental work, several implants, and I never, well, most of the years I didn't have those little power chips because I had lost the ones I bought so many years ago. Now I have them again. Thank you.
Sure.
May I chime in again on that?
Please, yes.
That's my department.
Yes.
Please, and anybody, not just with implants, but many adults are now going through Invisalign and the implants. Please put the bone health pack into your nutritional regimen. Okay, it does work. I grew bone, gosh, how old was I? 59, I think, when I had to get an implant. And the doctor, didn't tell him what I was doing, but he was a double-blind study that I was doing on him and not him on me. And so I took the bone health pack. I doubled the BDZ, took that, 3 days a week. I took, the double the amount that it calls for. And when I went back in 3 months, he said, I cannot believe at your age that you grew bone this fast.
Oh,
So that's to tell everybody it works. Do it. We never know what we're preventing. And so it's so worth it to be on that. But very important. And there was a man on a plane and they called over and said, we have somebody with dental pain. Does anybody have any experience or can they help? And I was a long plane ride and I didn't want to have to have the plane land and not get to where I was going. So I was wearing my wristbands at the time. Of course, you notice I have a watch on and he can watch. It has all the technologies in it. And so I went back, explained who I was, how many years experience I had. And I took out, then it was a super mini out of my wrist wrap. And he held it on his face through the rest of the flight and he made it fine. And he thanked me and gave it to me. He didn't even offer to buy it. I was shocked. It saved him, but that's okay. I helped him get through the plane ride. He had just had a root canal and he shouldn't have been up in a plane that afternoon after having that. But live and learn for people, right?
yes, that's terrific.
Power of the products.
I have had so many, several implants, and every time they have to do bone grafting because there's not enough bone there. And I just started using the calcium, the calcium pack just a couple of months ago. And so I'm looking forward to the next time I have a bone scan. Maybe it'll show bone growth. That would be so amazing. Does anyone else have something they'd like to share with the product? Their favorite product or a most recent experience?
I can share if you'd like.
Sure.
I have had so many experiences that I feel like I take all of this for granted and don't really think much about it. Just yesterday, my daughter-in-law had hit her foot on the bottom of the bed and she was limping around the house. It was the top of her foot. But with you guys all talking about duct tape, that's exactly what I went to. I said, let's put this on your foot, just one square, and put that across her foot. And of course, today it's fine. So that was fun. But my love is always the water.
Yeah.
And the magnetics, the nutrition, whatever it is, will not work as well if you're not hydrated. And I loved your story with you drinking half your body weight in ounces of water and still being dehydrated. And that is just so true, that it's important to have the pie water because it's water that the body can actually use. I had a man that had been on dialysis for 20 years, and he had horrific migraines because they tell them not to drink very much water because their body can't take it in.
Oh dear.
So then, of course, they're dehydrated, and they suffer either back pain from dehydration or migraines. Anyway, when I just took him over some water, and his migraine went away, and so we ended up getting him a waterfall, and he never suffered with those migraines again. And I had another lady just recently tell me that she had migraines all the time. And so I told her about this guy, and I said, her boss that she worked for, I said, he's got a waterfall right there in his office, use it. And the very next week, she came back and said she hadn't had a headache since. She was living on pain pills because she had migraines so bad, but I left, and that was that. And she's my biggest advocate right now, just water, water, water. So I love all of the products, and that is always my go-to. We've had lots of issues over the 16 years that have come and gone, that we just grab either nutritional or magnet or whatever. But I got rid of a growth on my foot, I believe, with the grounding pad. It, didn't happen overnight. It had been there for a long, long time, but I could watch every day almost. It just seemed like it went down a little bit at a time until it was just gone. And we've had my daughter has also had a lot of implants, blood clot, just all kinds of a hernia with my son. Yeah. Love that I can wake up in the morning. When I wake up, I feel awake instead of groggy. And yeah, just love, love, love my wellness.
That is great. Thank you so much for sharing those experiences. Wow. I agree that the water is second to none. It's just incredible. When I was told it's foundational when I first learned about it, and I have to agree with that for sure. And the tape, I just learned about an extended family member who has had a lot of problems with her neck, and she has just recently started using the tape, and she swears by it. She says she's never wants to be without it, and it's helping her neck feel so much better. She also has the water. And
Emily, can you hear me?
yes.
Okay, so I'm the one that she's talking about. Yeah, my sweet sister-in-law Barbara. I have arthritis really bad in my neck, as well as stenosis. And I go to a chiropractor and I've gotten shots and everything, and nothing has really relieved it until I got this tape. And I would say it's pretty much a miracle. I have quit going to the chiropractor, haven't had to have any shots. I can actually turn my head both ways, and it's amazing. And she's right, I cannot go without it. In fact, we ordered it and it took forever, it seemed like, to get here. And I was just like on pins and needles because I just wanted to make sure I didn't have to take it off my neck. So yeah, it's really, really amazing. We also got a waterfall, and I think the water has made a huge difference as well. So
Thank
I'm
you,
very
Becky. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I just appreciate knowing about it, and I think it's awesome. And I've tried to share it with my kids as well.
It's great to have you come and share with us. Thank you so much. I loved hearing how much it helped you. That was terrific. I didn't recognize that it was you because your name is spelled Denbie. The first B is an N. So I'm so glad you made it though. Is there someone else that would like to share? We just have about 4 minutes left until 7:30.
How about Canada?
Who's here from Canada?
Nobody?
Okay, and this is Renee, and Ron and I, we are in Michigan,
So we're close to Canada.
right, but not quite. So, I am an avid gardener, and in the spring and summer and fall, those are really busy months for me. And one of my favorite tools is actually our MagFlex. I wear that all the time for my back because I'm always bending forward and backwards and deep knee bends and everything, and this always helps. One day I was not going to be gardening, so I didn't have it on, and I was out walking around, and there had been a storm come through, and there was a lot of branches that were on the ground. So I'm bending over and picking up branches, and I was just to the end of having all the piles picked up, and I felt something spasm in my back. And I thought, uh-oh. So I stood up and I went to take a step, and I literally could not walk. I just couldn't take the step. I was hurting that much. So I had Ron run in the house and get me my MagFlex so that I could put that on. And I made my way into the house, and I drank a big glass of water. And I've had back issues in the past where I literally had to crawl because I couldn't stand up. It was that bad. Within a day and a half, my back was not hurting me at all. I was able to do everything that I always like to do, gardening, just whatever, without any discomfort. And so I will not forget to wear this, even if I'm just going to be bending over and picking up sticks.
Isn't it phenomenal what it does for you?
Mhm.
I'm gonna jump in for a second if I may, because
Yes.
the thing I'm thinking is nutritionals. We love the water and the magnets, the sleep and all of that so much, but I have not had any hay fever allergies for 16 years, and I attribute it to the greenzymes. And that's one of those things that I think I do take for granted and just forget that I ever had a problem because it's been so long. But the greenzymes are phenomenal, and I never want to be without that or immunity. It's amazing.
Thank you, Becky. These are it's called Jade Greenzymes. It's barley powder, barley grass powder that has been extracted and dried and powdered in such a way to keep all of the nutrients intact. It's very, very dark green, very easy to take in a glass of water. And I have my allergies are almost non-existent. And I used to have them really bad. And I think it's a combination of the water and this. So thanks for bringing that up, Becky. There's powerful nutritional products. We use the protein supplement, protein powder every day and love it. So unless anyone,
I will add, my cats have no flea problems, and I attribute it to the J Green Zymes.
oh, did you say you have no sleep problems or?
No, sorry, we have terrible service. Our cats do not have any flea issues and haven't. They're 8 years old.
Oh,
And their coats are gorgeous, and they get J Green every single day, along with the dog. We don't leave him out, but
oh,
the whole family takes them.
that is exciting. Yeah, and I hear they have the pet pad product back again. The pets deserve good stuff, don't they? Well, thank you all so much for being on this call with me and for contributing your experiences. It's been terrific. I will, my plan is to share the recording out with everyone. And I'm a little, if anyone knows how to get that expedited, that would be helpful. I haven't been able to load them on YouTube yet, but I do have them. I have all the recordings. So let me know if you would like one. I put my phone number and my email in the WhatsApp invitation that I put out today. So, and I guess that's why some of you are here, which is so great. Well, thank you all again. And we will meet, we'll do this again in 2 weeks. If you can hear me, my screen just froze, but 2 weeks from now. So have a great evening, the rest of your evening, and I appreciate you being with us. Thank you so much. I think it's going to have to cut me off because I'm trying to move my cursor, and there we go. Maybe we can do it now. Bye-bye.